Hey, what's up? Good morning. So, I'm going to be bringing up an interesting topic. Why women need men more than men will ever need women. You guys should be very much informed and learn something from this. We all will learn something from this. All right, let's get into it. Hard Talk Radio. It's not easy taking care of yourself. It's not easy. And a lot of women sometimes only realize this when it's too little too late, when they're a lot older and they realize all their options, their dating options have shrunk. Okay. For example, the woman from Sex and the City, she divorced her husband, lived up all until the age of 50, still living as, she's still alive, but she now wanted to have kids and have a family. And her boyfriend at the time, who was just as much as old as her, didn't want that. And she was asked, well, who's going to take care of me? My friends. But your friends are your same age. They need taken care of. So it's good that, the woman on the left has come to that conclusion, because now she has time to get a man, have a family, and be secured with love and respect.
So my perspective is a little bit different. Like I said, like I can be very submissive. I talk to alphas, but I just wouldn't be able to go to that other side because I'm not ready to give all of my trust to somebody because I'm not ready. So I agree with exactly what she says, and I understand that it's.
But you're gonna have to. You have to work on that because you're not ready. Usually, when people say they're not ready, the thing is, like, nobody's ready for anything. They just have to jump in and do it. And if she doesn't jump in and do it, she is going to be by herself, alone.
Hard to do that when you're the provider. But I also know that in the end, yes, of course, I would love a man to be able to play that role. And I know that I'm not meant to do all this by myself. So, I agree.
Hey guys, I would say one thing, man. Like, you understand, right? Imagine your whole life being lied to about how things in life are supposed to go. Yeah. You find out later on that, like, it's all gonna lie. Yeah. You're not gonna, like, oh, it's changed. Automatically, you're gonna be like, fuck. Think of the RP range from a female perspective. Yeah. Literally, like, females now are being told to be this person, and in reality, they just want to have family. Yeah. And now it's kind of like, what do they do? Yeah. It's something that's too late. Yeah. All right. So, what's your take on it? Agree, disagree?
I business standpoint. You know, if you're handling a business, you know, and you're trying to do everything yourself, it's going to be very stressful for you. It's just going to make everything harder as opposed to you having a team or having somebody with you that's going to help you out with everything. It'll make your ride very much smoother. And then same thing with the relationship. I mean, well, with, you know, either being by yourself or being in a relationship. Yeah, you could try to do everything by yourself, but you know, it's much easier to have somebody with you, you know, to take on, let's say, the bills or whatever.
And this is where feminism has lied to them that you could do it all. Okay. And there's so many women, not just these women, there's so many women who have found out the hard way, probably after being a single parent or a divorce, that, you know, they just left because they wanted to be happy. They realize after having all these relationships that they need a man. They don't want to be dating one person to the next. They want a family, but they lack the personality traits to attract a man that's willing to help them out, willing to love them and be a husband, because they're not willing to be a wife. And they have to pick men that are willing to take care of them, that can take care of them. Not just willing, they can take care of them. And unfortunately, when women, as they age, they're going to have to be down by themselves, or they may have to settle for men that they wouldn't have picked when they were younger. And that's even dangerous to do that, because you're not really going to love that man anyway. You're not going to respect him. That's why it's just, when men are talking on the Manosphere or the Red Pill or Kevin Samuels, they're actually telling the truth. I don't agree with everything Kevin Samuels says, but when he's talking about biology with a certain age range for a woman, as soon as they get older, past 30, then their dating prospects shrink, and having kids becomes something of a distant fantasy, of a dream that they fail to obtain if they don't drop feminism and make war against the gynocracy and find and help fix themselves so they can have a man that will love them and they can love that man.
That was complicated. You're gonna not sound like you're gonna need somebody.
And you, just so people know, we got 10,000 live viewers. By the way, guys, like the video. You're not the first. You have the last, right? Running it by yourself.
Okay, yes, it is. For me, it is kind of difficult running the business by myself. You know, sometimes as a business owner, you know, there's times where you have your days where you get unmotivated. And with having a business, you have to stay consistent. So sometimes, let's say I'm not motivated, I'm not consistent, I'm not going to get that many sales. I'm not going to get all the sales that I need, as opposed to being consistent, posting every day, you know, talking on live as I should. But like I said, it was pretty good.
Cool. Your take on?
I mostly pretty much agree. Everything is easier with someone by your side, and it's definitely more enjoyable to like having someone by your side. I know definitely I get in my moments where I might be a little lonely, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I can't be independent. But being independent isn't what's surrounding my world or making my world go round.
All right.
I think it's really easy to follow or trendy, let's say, to follow the strong, independent woman, I don't need a man trope. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself if you're really going to be fulfilled coming home to an empty apartment, ordering takeout. Like, is this really what you want from your life? Or are you, just trying to follow this empowering idea that you need to do everything on your own and that you don't need
Exactly. This is what's been talked about. This is what's been said. Okay. And, this strong feminist, ideology is not helping women. It's hurting women. Okay.
and that men and women don't need each other.
Okay, cool. What'd you take on?
I wasn't sure if it was going to be you or me, so I wasn't really like it. I'm not about to have 10,000 followers.
I actually respect the humility these women have, and I respect the fact that they're willing to be open and honest. And the guys here, they're mature, and they're not here to hurt women, and they're there to just this is what we've been saying. Thank you for being humble and honest. We're not here to bash you. We're here to just tell the truth and help the genders get along.
Despite how they feel when they're not right? We all have just a level of like feeling on our past life as the pillar and foundation of the household is one of the things that household for it. I am a private family, so I work personally with fathers all the time and I can't do this alone because sometimes we have to really feel like a lot. And a lot of them can test their kid burns out like hell. But it really helps to know that there's a man present to basically enforce these rules for kids and also have the respect of the kids to keep it a balanced household in order for the household to move forward.
Exactly. Exactly. This is why we've been saying this. How long now? Men have been saying, I've been saying this. Being a single parent, a woman being a single mother is not something to be championed about. It is hard because boy children, especially, are not going to listen to you. Okay. We have that father figure, the authority there. He lays down the law. Okay. And the kids will listen. Okay. This is why Fresh and Fit and many others say don't marry single mothers, because you can't really establish law with those kids. You can't discipline them because the mother will jump in the way, and you're going to be disrespected. Even Boyce Watkins, he says, "Oh well, when the kids act up, I'll call Alicia to discipline them." Why can't Boyce Watkins discipline them if they're living under his roof? You see what I'm saying?
And that's just you pay for it. Not only matching being a parent 24/7.
Were you able to gather your thoughts?
Um, so it's
No, I'm disagreeing. Go ahead.
no, I totally agree with it. That's the thing. Like I agree with it. The only thing is someone else mentioned before how they had a situation and they provided for their man. I had to do that in my past. And then after a certain amount of time, they weren't even trying. And like that's what hurt me at the end of the day. Like they didn't try for so long and I was providing. I had the apartment, they were staying there, and it was like, what are you doing? Like you're taking advantage of me and like I'm getting like everything for you. Like I'm getting food, I'm getting the apartment, like you're playing video games, like, and you're not even going out and trying to get a job. And this is, I'm only 24 now. Like this is only a few years ago, and it hurt. It hurt, like because I'm the one out there like trying and working so hard. I wanted them to like be like, hey, I just came home from work. Like, let's do this, let's do that, and not I come home from work and you're like, oh, you didn't even try to do anything. You didn't even cook. Like I'm the one coming home. Like you didn't even cook. Like like at that point, like the roles were reversed. I felt that, and I didn't want that. I would rather it be the other way.
I have a question though. Who chose the guy?
Like you mean like I chose the guy, or like he chose me?
I said like, okay, if you find out who he was, why did you like tolerate him for so long?
It changed. It changed going in like about 6 months to a year in. It changed completely. Like he was not like that, and then changed. That's how it really has gone. And he also like when I like you said before, you like girls when they go out a certain way and they're not dressed like that. He changed like the way like I went out. He made me only wear certain clothes, and then he only made me hang out with certain friends. Like it was like very weird. Like to me, that was weird. Like it changed after a certain time. It didn't happen in the beginning of the relationship. It happened after like 6 months into a year, and I was like, what is going on? It was like it was a complete flip. Like if I went into it knowing what it was gonna be, I've been okay with it. Like because like that's how at the beginning and like the stand of the relationship started. It happened midway through, and I was like, what is going on here?
Well, I don't agree with him changing midway. Obviously, from the beginning, you should know what time it is. But all right, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. These are my standards. For him to change midway, that's kind of.
It was super weird.
Just out of curiosity, did he change midway as he was losing his job and you started to support him?
No, after 6 months of me supporting, he was like completely switching. because like I was still doing what I was doing.
Oh, so you were in the breadwinner role and you tried to take turns with you.
Yeah, but I didn't mind for a certain, like, I liked him saying, like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. After so much time going into it, he was like, oh no, like, I need to, like, regain that role. Is kind of what it came down to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask for the position because I really go through a lot of what the girls said.
You don't have a point to argue or here? Really? What?
Well, the thing is like in those situations, it's best to cut loose. I mean, if she didn't know what he was about, didn't know he was like this, this is why I say, you know, people shouldn't live together before getting married, to avoid situations like this. This is how it is, because at least you could see it halfway. If the person loses their job, you know, they will force them to motivate them to get their stuff together because they have nowhere else to fall back on. They can't live with you. You can't live with them. They're going to have to force, and it forces a man to back against the wall. Got to work. You know, you got to work to get what you need in order to be with this girl. Well, that's not right. If a man complains about that, I really would like to question your work ethic, and I really like to question, do you think a woman should be with you if you don't want to work? If you just want to sit on your laurels playing video games when you have to work and be in a relationship, possibly marry a woman?
Just a survival thing. We're meant to be around other people and feeling love. That's just human nature type of thing, and that's just a human nature type of thing. Yeah, so I'm just gonna agree with what y'all said.
What did you take on it?
Yeah.
You didn't hear the video for once, so.
Yeah, I barely heard.
Yeah.
But I got the, I got the background of the video.
Yeah.
But I do feel like life is supposed to be enjoyed with the people that you love and having a partner, right next to you all the time. Me personally, I'm such a social butterfly. We have a big family. I have my sister, my parents. We have 3 dogs. And there's always people coming in and out in my house, and we always have family visiting. So I'm used to being around people. So I wouldn't if I move out of my house, I feel like I would never get used to getting to a house that is alone. That's just not my nature. Like I didn't grow up with that. So I don't know. I grew up in a very family-oriented environment, and that's what I want my life to keep on, moving onto.
So you want a lot of kids?
Moving forward.
You want a lot of kids?
You want a lot of kids? No, I want max 2. 2.
Out of curiosity, first child.
Okay.
Boy or girl?
I want 2 girls.
2 girls.
Yeah. Okay. Like my sister and me.
Okay. See, the thing is like, in order to get that, you're going to have to, present yourself in a way that you're going to be able to have that. And a lot of these women who've been brainwashed by feminism have been told that they have to do such and such in a different way that is going to sabotage them. Okay? That's basically going to sabotage them. That's basically going to just throw their chances of wanting a man and getting a family into the toilet. But it's good that now this is the first decent, I'll be honest with you, watching this podcast, it was so calm, it was so civilized, it was so mature. Nobody was getting kicked out, no one was getting cursed out. The women were behaving themselves. I'll be honest, yeah, the women were behaving themselves. All right. Myron didn't get slapped. And you can see that, he set the tone. Okay. The tone was set. and women left. And that's another thing too. You always have to be okay with a woman leaving when you set the tone. Don't feel like, oh my God, she's leaving and now the others will leave too. No, that's the way it has to be. This is how we get our balls back in this society. But I hope we're all informed here. And yeah, I hope women are more informed because they see that the wall is not a joke. Okay. This feminist banter has been killing women's dreams since its inception. Okay. This feminist gynocracy has been just messing women's lives up completely. And older women who lost out on a chance to have a family due to feminism, they would kill to be in these young women's shoes. To actually be open and to say, I want a family. I want a man, but I don't know how to get a man. I know this thing's wrong with me, but I don't know what to do. Please help me. Those older women who knows, probably even Oprah. She probably would kill if she could go back in time and be 20, 25, kill to have a chance to be on Fresh and Fit. Okay. And to actually be healed because she needs therapy, as along with many other women. Many of these women who joined these leftist movements against men, against gender roles, have been hurt. And they need therapy in order to move on and to get a good man. All right, that's all I got to say for now. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.